invest sa amin. Alam mo, okay magturista sa amin. They've heard that before. They based it on how they view our workers, and they view them very well. So they're members of the family, not yet, members of the families. They stay the very best in the Philippines. They're real ambassadors, and we salute them. Alam natin yan. Next. But that's, you know, they've always traveled. No, there's a misconception that the OFW thing is a fairly recent phenomenon, maybe starting in the 80s when Secretary Blas Ote, father of current migrant worker secretary, started this deployment system first in the Middle East, or some say, oh no, 1906, yeah, correct. The Filipinos first to the US. No, but there were Filipinos even before, well, not just in the US, but all elsewhere. No, in the US, as early as the 17th century, may Filipinos na because of during the Spanish period. One thing you will notice if you read American literature, one of the great novelists, Herman Melville, no, his most famous book is Moby Dick. And you know, even in the 18th century, there were Filipinos on those ships from Connecticut and so forth, which were hunting whales. And in his books, he always writes about these Manila men, but he spelled it with 2 L's, Manila men. I mean, but it's there. They were known. Louisiana, also the famous Cajun and Creole locals there, they're a mix of French and obviously African, Native American, and probably Philippine blood, no? Okay. So they follow, by the way, they follow the footsteps of our heroes because, isa pa sinasabi namin sa abroad, do not be embarrassed. Some of them feel, oh, I'm just an OFW. No! Rizal wasn't an OFW, he was a doctor abroad. Mabini, Luna, the painter, Juan Luna, no? By the way, I was recently in Madrid, and that's one of the greatest world art museums. Starting a few years ago, they put a painting of Juan Luna. Imagine, kasama ng mga Spanish painters, Italian painters. There is no other Asian painter there, no? Lopez Haina and so forth. As early as the 19th century, they were abroad. Next. So, our overseas Filipinos deserve one of the best. Of course, it's one of the 3 pillars of Philippine foreign policy, aside from the usual protecting our national territory, and we know how we always, I think you know what we're talking about how diplomats, we're talking about a certain country, I don't need to emphasize that. Economic diplomacy is the second, but assisting the national. So we have this assistance to nationals fund, that's 1 billion, that's $20 billion, 200 million for legal assistance. There is no other country which gives from the budget ng taong bayan, gives that much money to protect our workers. And we negotiate with foreign countries without compromising our national integrity and honor. Always for the best interest of our kababayans here and abroad. They are not commodities, mga kababayan natin. How do we protect their dignity? Well, I think you must have seen me already discuss this about the issue with Kuwait. They remain our partners, our friends. But if they don't want us, they've already banned the visas right now, we're not going to beg. Ayaw yun, wag ka lang tayong ibang lugar. Or, if they say, no, you allow him, kasi ayaw natin muna ngayon makasambahay. Hindi naman pwede kasi na-abuse eh. Di ba? May namamatay pa. So we're not going to compromise on the dignity and integrity of our kababayans. Passing of the torch, so that was the last, that one. So the Republic Act 11641 established a DMW, and the DMW will eventually take over completely the task. Now, right now it's still us because they're still fully setting up. Starting July 1, they will already start doing more work. But the DFA will still have a role because not all countries abroad have a labor attaché. Kung walang labor attaché, kami pa rin yan. So African countries, you know, even in ASEAN, it's only Malaysia and Singapore which have labor attaché. So we'll still be involved. And of course, for non-OFWs, kunyari, mga immigrants na, gano'n, mga turista lang, gano'n, nangyayari, we'll be in charge. But we will ever protect the dignity of our kababayans. You know, I was last night at the National Day holiday celebration of Russia. Russia. They also celebrate June 12. Do you remember July 4, July 4 used to be our national day. And then, like President Diosdado Macapagal, he honored our heroes against the first revolution and changed it to June 12, which is now the National Day of Russia naman. So that day it was the United States, now it's Russia sharing National Day. Now obviously they are supposed to be world power as well. And the Philippines always saying, no, we're not copying them, they're copying us. They're the ones intimidated by us. Because they know that when we have National Day receptions, palaging maganda yung handaan natin. At mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay kayo lahat, mabuhay ang ating mga OFWs, mabuhay lahat ng Pilipino sa buong mundo. Right.
Nakakatuwa. Alam mo, Mr. Ambassador, maybe you should run in 2024. Thank you so much, our Undersecretary. That was really good and I love that. You mentioned Juan Luna, we mentioned din po natin si Gabriela Sila, and all these people, diba, that really gave us, and now the OFWs are already part and parcel of our lives. But I didn't know how many 10 million? Was it 10 million? 10 million Filipinos. Oh my God. Including my sister in Canada. Maybe she's only 1 million, right? Yes, that's right. Fantastic. So we're going to conquer the world. Okay. And then all the Independence Day will also be there. Okay, so this time we have another speaker. But he would just like to give a special saying and a special presentation because he's not with us physically. Yes, he's a Hollywood actor, director, currently the president of the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce in Virginia, the United States. He cannot come here because there was no visa also for him. But I'm sure meron. I give you Mr. Angelo Reyes. He's somewhere out there. Hi, Angelo. Bye. Angelo, we can't hear you.
So while we are waiting for Angelo is yeah, there you go.
He's an actor, everybody, huh? He's a Hollywood actor.